with that, we're going to hop into some of the tips and tricks that I've seen from Junkyard Juke so far. You can roll the clip right now as all these players. First thing I want to point out is there are these springboards. Unfortunately, Dan gets picked out of the sky there. Not too happy about that. But moving on to Tamoya using the statue. Interesting scores I saw with the statue, those higher point objects being useful. Scissors here with the springboard, the recovery, and just barely doesn't get into the incinerator at the last second. And here we have Tamoya, we have again, just an awesome run towards there, looking like a scene out of everybody, crossing the street at the same time. Here's Tracius hitting some amazing shots through the black. And then he just continues shooting, just hoping that he can get a shot. This is the other team, the Cuddle Crew, doing the same thing, but then also synchronizing, making sure they have coverage on all angles. Finally, Tamoya made some amazing calls. We'll listen to them in a second, but this is what he did. Always timing it perfectly so that he can get in and make sure that his teammates also go at the same time and make it into that incinerator. So we're gonna head and listen to what those communications were like from Tamoya and team. In this one, they made sure the count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I shot 10. We are both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Oh, they kill me. If they don't kill me, I score 10.
Don't
1, 2, 3,
I got 5.
4. I got 10. No, he killed me. We are strong team.
Yeah,
I scored 0 in the second round. That's the problem.
I scored 0 in the first one, so
like we are all close points.
There you go. The Funky Fighters, they won their first Silver Llama. See if they can win the next one. We got one more match here on Junkyard Juke to go. We'll see who will come out on top with the Silver Llama from this. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Bala, for that great breakdown. Listening in the comms, that's one thing I hadn't considered. I always just kind of like, yeah, it's going to come up now. But these guys all on comms talking, have one guy counted out. That guy's just like a metronome. Make sure he has it on the dot every single time. Brilliantly done from them, but will they be able to take back that top spot? We've seen them do it. If they can grab that Silver Llama, they'll be in such a good spot. But right now, they aren't seeing the same success they saw before.
Yeah, you want to get the Silver Llama, but to get there, you got to make a new strategy. I think that right there, there was a lot of information in that bit right there. You kind of noticed the team synergy, and he said something very important in his interview there, talking about being patient. You really have to be patient. You can let the frustration get to you. You saw Scissors very expressive on the cam. Just, it's hard to get the pointer, and that's what I talked about before this whole thing started. I said, trust me, this is a lot harder than you guys think. You might just, oh yeah, I'll turn it to something and run it through. Nah, man, you're gonna get shut down.
But I mean, it's just like, if you think about it, it's the mental aspect that really comes with it. If you're able to frustrate somebody else, then they're that much more off their game. And these guys are all great at that, coming through from some of the Death Run qualifiers. It makes it that much harder. But thank you guys so much for joining us here. And again, don't forget, there is a fantastic, awesome event-specific merch starting here right now, today on the 26th. You can also get it on retailrow.com. Make sure you celebrate the event. Remember it, grab some from your friends, your brothers, your family, people who couldn't be here, and celebrate the first ever Fortnite World Cup.
Yeah, you saw some of your favorite pros and competitors here rocking that new swag. Definitely loving it. All types of collaborations going on here. I love it when Fortnite is new gear. It just kind of allows me to always spice it up.
I'm always a fan of anything Fortnite swag. That's pretty much like 98% of my wardrobe at this point. I mean, love the logos, love the bright colors, but enough from us. Match 3, set number 2, the final one on the original version of Junkyard Juke before we see the remix later on. Are you guys ready?
That's right.
And let's begin. The first round is underway. Match number 3, set number 2. Who will be able to incinerate the props the most? Who will push out to the lead? And can anybody upset the Funky Fighters who took that first llama? You need to make sure they don't get this. Everyone in this goes.
You can see there, Taldeck did land a shot straight through the curtain. Very nicely done. another kind of lane, right? You want to look at your lane, see which lane is available to you that's easy to maneuver the objects you want to bring through. Vitex, for example, here is using a bear. There are no bears in this section, but he says, you know what? It's all good. I can sneak this around.
So the big thing with the in the junkyard, you're a little bit in when there's a lot of kind of muddle grounds and oranges around there. It makes it that much harder to stick out. However, if you're grabbing the snowman, you're just really flexing on everyone. It's like, yeah, I'm a snowman. I'm a snowman in the desert, and I'm gonna score on you.
That's pretty hilarious because, you know, we haven't seen anyone pull out the weird objects in the back end for good reason. There are a couple other fun ones back there. If we get a pan around later, you'll probably notice a big old snowman or something like that. But with all this money on the line, there's no way anyone has time to play around like that.
You can't play around because every single one of those runs matters. And right now, we see Sunshine Soldiers need to be slightly more efficient on those runs, but good job getting on the board consistently. And as we say that, 5-pointer goes in, boom, they're ahead of the Funky Fresh, who have had a singular 10-point run. So trying to get every possible point, it's all about min-maxing efficiency.
Honestly, the Little Warriors are doing a great job at defending here. They all have a ton of eliminations. Tied at 6. Ninja, both tied at 7. That is pretty good. They're shutting down all of their lanes. These guys are not here to play. Remember, as you're a guard, you don't accumulate any points. So it's good. They're knocking this out the way, and they're doing a great job defending.
Keeping them out, making sure you find the right lane angles. Shots out in the right spot. You just need to be able to consistently deny as much as possible. But Taldog, that was sick!
Like, are you behind that? Yeah, what's that? Didn't see that there before. Didn't see that either. Doing a good job so far. Let's see if we can find another here. The random shot. Oh, something landed. That's why you don't want to hit those spring traps there.
They make it so difficult. Just so much motion on the screen. When everything else is still, if you see that thing falling through, like, it's an easy shot. Particularly for all of these players up there. I mean, Gotaga and Crew, everyone on Raven's Revenge, him, Magma, RTA, and Chappie, all have been able to hit their shots. And then, I mean, the Warriors is a team of...
That's right. There it is. Last opportunities to make a point have just concluded. And that was the first round for these. So we're going to switch up to guards now. Little Whip Warriors get a chance at trying to earn some points, and as do the others. The next round will begin.
That dragon's so cool. That's so cool. Look at that. Yo,
Almost looks real.
Yo, shout out to the observers. That shot right there, that's really cool. Big fan of it going out. And as you can see now, round 2 is underway. This is the final match on Junkyard Juke of set 2. And right off the bat, 2 archery targets and a water heater marching on out.
Yep, that archery target is worth 10 points, though. So if you can bring that all the way through, it's one of the, I guess, smaller, large point objects. Magma doesn't even care. He's impatient. He saw the blinds open up. He just kept going. Zvenoff did pump the brakes, though, even right here. Notice he stops very early. He's just trying to blend in and get as many points as possible right here.
Ooh. Did get might have the book there. That's still the bullseye or the fact that because he has those placed legs, you have to be deliberate about where you're setting down. Otherwise, you're like, boom, right there. That book would give away if somebody decided to look down and double check that box. But there's 6 other boxes around. So, good path chosen there from Tyler, and opts to stop and be, a little bit impatient. And might have cost him there. I think he would have had it if he had just go full send. And I think he thinks so too.
It makes me laugh to see him scratch his head, his jaw just like, oh, being so close and not making it through is so unfortunate. Taldeck is going to find a little bit of success there at the Swizzo. Jay for a bit is very close to scoring as well. Here's Zan from the Fish Band presenting, hugging really close to that cactus. So long as he's not pushing through it, he's going to sneak on out and kind of hiccups there. He's going to go all the way. He doesn't care though. He comes down and sneaks right underneath Samoya and his team up top. Funky Fighters are at 35 points now in the guard tower. They can't earn any more.
That was a great run there by Zan. Now you can see Svenos waiting for the blinds to go down, making sure he can find an angle, and then pushing it close. Needs to be picked up anyway, as he's like, hey, there wasn't a card there before. Alex JJ now looking to find a run. You can see Fish Fam and Llama Record Code currently hanging out at the top, but again, haven't had the chance to be up there, so it can be expected Alex JJ now 2 targets, both running out. Good stops at the same time, but particularly if you have 2 people taking the same path as the same item, it kind of has a little bit more benefit because you're like, yeah, those were both there, but mine. There's no way those are both props.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, you know what? Honestly, you see a bunch of the same things, they blend in a little more. It's when something's an oddball that you really start to shoot. So maybe it is a good idea for the time, right?
But there's also as you go up. Or what you can also do is sort of bait somebody else to do it, right? So you see somebody with a target, grab that too. And if they get picked up, oh, well, you look slightly more natural, particularly if you're that much more patient. And you can see Svenos is actually doing that right now with Carnifex, both of them going into the box. Svenos does the behind the guard and will score.
Yeah, he actually recognized Horazy was not looking down in the right direction, so he took advantage of that. Funky Fighter let his guard down for just a second there, and he did manage to sneak on through. So that was the big point there in the final seconds as this round is coming to a close there. Next round is going to begin. We're going to switch up the guards. Let's look.
No dancing, just props and shots going out from the guards. Round 3 kicking off in the final match of set 2 at the Creative Finals. Who will be able to take that second silver llama? And right now, you see Bensor is going in for the 10-point prop right away. Kutu does get the Mimic, but then opts to go for a different route as players are starting to feel a little bit of the pressure here. You can tell they need to score points. It's the first time we're starting to see some gnomes out there and another teddy bear on the run.
Representing here. He's putting himself straight behind every object that he can. I love that they're using the smaller objects. It's so much easier to pull those big ones out. It really is hard. He actually put himself inside the truck. You see that? He's following Kuta so close here. He's got to use him as bait, really. If you get behind him, he's safe.
Yep, because they don't fire twice in there. That's the benefit of it. But right away, you see Kaz, Taco, Chappy. Great little run there from the little Wizard. But the jumps are going in from Hand to Blood with another 10 points for Llama Record Go, pushing them up to 90. And they were the winners of that first match. So as much of a lead as possible.
Ferraro actually had 15 points. He had a super successful guard round, but the Chicken Champions need to get picked up here. They need these points. There it is. A lot of teams showing that, hey, I can push this up here too. Just gonna go ahead and take that 5-pointer, throw him right over the fish fan now, and they're in the top 3 running.
That was a great run from him. Corner peek the entire time, made sure nobody was looking for him. Like, he was barely threatened, but right now, Bensor coming through. The Chicken Champions, can they overtake in the last minute? That's 10 more points. That is going to go through for them, and it starts pushing up. Llama Record needs to get in some runs. The Chicken Champions not be on the defense with them for the last one, so they're pushing through. Right now, they need the fish fan up there, so they're doing their best to delay everyone. Xandy gets hit off. Now Carnifex is chilling in the back on that Roosevelt car, and the blood barely avoids the shot. Saw the hitbox through there. The Tracers finding a way through the window, but not enough. The Tracers get in 2 more 10-point props. Also going over, and we're seeing, I think, a little bit closer of a score here, minus the fact that the Chicken Champions.
Yes.